The inbound pass
came on the top side, got his arm in there, deflected it away, gives a possession back to Oklahoma City.
It was the entry pass inside that he knocked away. As we wind down to 3 minutes remaining in the first overtime, Westbrook gets it out. Harden driving in, tipped in by Perkins. Kendrick Perkins, only his second basket of the game, and again gives the Thunder a 4-point lead.
You see why Harden's so important on the floor. It's one more guy besides Westbrook that can attack the rim off the dribble.
And they're going to call Perkins this time for the push on Gasol. That's 5 on Kendrick Perkins, who picked up a technical foul earlier in the game.
Perkins is trying to get his body up against the potential screener. Right there you see him with a hard shot to the body as Gasol's ready to come over and set that pick and roll screen.
Penalty on the 4th team foul of the overtime session. And there is Conley. Doesn't fall. And Durant the rebound.
Conley coming down and switching hands and going to his right hand on that floater.
So the frustration for Durant, who now has the ball and fires it up quickly and hits a 3.
I was just about ready to say to you, no field goal attempts in the last 9 minutes and 30 seconds for Durant. He catches that one. It was almost as if he said, if I touch it, it's going up.
And he put it up in a hurry. And a 7-point lead at 27 for Durant. Hitting the...
Also a very special day, Dick, how quickly time goes by. It's the second year now that we have lost Chuck Daly, our Hall of Fame coach, World Championship coach, Olympic gold medal winning coach. This is 2 years now since he passed away on this day.
And we will never forget Chuck Daly. O.J. Mayo hits from 3 to make it a 4-point game. Chuck Daly was involved in a lot of these games with the Pistons, wasn't he?
He sure was. And then just when you think you're pulling away, big 3 by Mayo puts him right back in the game again with 1.5 minutes remaining.
Third 3 for Mayo. And there is Durant coming back. So Durant says, I want the ball and I'll shoot it. He has 29 points and has scored the last 5 for the Thunder.
Defensive rebounding. So important right now for Oklahoma City. What a block that time by Harden.
Harden blocks Mayo out of bounds. And it's last touch by the Grizzlies. Let's see how they rule this.
What an effort on the closeout that time. Mayo thought he had to look from behind the three-point line. Mayo tries to throw it off of Harden from out of bounds.
And the officials are meeting near midcourt.
If Harden is standing out of bounds, Dick, and the ball is thrown off of him, then it's out of bounds off of Harden.
So they're discussing the rule, and then they're going to take a look.
Up in the air, there's the block. Now Mayo goes after it, and he throws it back off of Harden, who is out of bounds with one leg at least. This is right leg out of bounds, Harden. He comes back in again. The ball is out of bounds off of Harden.
Reaction by Lionel Hollins. Greg Willard, the lead official, checking the replay. And not an easy one to decipher either, I might add.
Nice job by Mayo recognizing the fact that he had the opportunity to throw it off of Harden and get his team another possession on that.
Thunder with a 6-point lead.
The other thing, Dick, is they also have to determine if they say that it's the Grizzlies' ball, how much time is left on the clock, because remember, the shot was blocked. Let's look at the 24-second clock.
And I believe it'll be Thunder's possession. There was 15 seconds on the shot clock.
And the officials are supposed to make their call as inconclusive, then they've had to have made a call before that.
So the original call was that it's the Thunder's ball. That's the original call. You can see the television monitor between the two officials. Officials looking at this shot in particular. It appeared Harden was out of bounds, but it may have been off of Mayo in any event.
Would you say there's around, what, 14, 13 seconds in that area?
Yes, because it was 16.
There's the insert. There's the block. Out of bounds now. So right around 14.
And this is where replay is really important in a situation like this, in an important game like this.
I think they've changed the decision. If I'm looking at the hand signal given by the official, and they're giving the ball back to Memphis. And we'll see where they set the clock now, how much time is left.
13 seconds, as you pointed out, and it appeared that Harden, with whoever deflected it, was out of bounds all the way.
Grizzlies ball.
So they reverse the call, and the Grizzlies have it with 13 on the shot clock. There's the timeout situation, and each team with a foul to give. We're in the first overtime session. Dick Stockton, Mike Fratello, Marty Snyder. Missing the layup was Mayo, coming right back. O.J. Mayo with his fourth three-point basket of the game. Thunder by 3, nearly a minute to go in overtime.
They left the passing lane open underneath the basket, and on that cut down the lane, that's what opened it up, what eventually led to the 3.
Here's Durant. Throws it away. Conley. Randolph. Foul. And it'll be a 2-shot foul for Zach Randolph. And he'll have a chance to cut the deficit to 1.
Again, there's Gasol keeping it alive. We kept talking about his offensive rebounds and the ability to knock it back out again. And right here, Durant goes up and he's trying to pass the ball, but throws it too far behind Perkins.
And Randolph on the line, 11 for 12 from the free throw line. So here are the Grizzlies, who have not been a good three-point shooting team, and they don't rely on that. And it's Mike Conley who hits the 3 to tie the game in the waning seconds, and then O.J. Mayo hitting a couple. Tony Allen comes in for Mayo for defensive purposes. Mayo gets a big hand as he leaves the game with 18 points, 7 of 14 from the field, and 4 threes. And it's 107 to 106. With 5 fouls is on the court for the Thunder. Grizzlies have a foul to give. 13 on the shot clock. The lead is 1. Turnover. Conley. Misses the 3. And Harden saves it beautifully to Westbrook. And now there is the foul to give for the Grizzlies. And that is the 6th foul against Mike Conley, and he's fouled out of the game.
A wild sequence right there, and Lionel Hollins looking out at Mike Conley and saying, we had a timeout. If you're not sure, take a timeout. Let's get set back up again so we get a good shot at the basket.
Thunder have 2 20s in this overtime, and the Grizzlies have a full timeout in the 20s. And now neither team has a foul to give. Conley was 0 for 4 shooting in overtime after hitting the 3 to virtually send this game in overtime, and O.J. Mayo replaces it.
So when the ball comes in, if there's not a steal, Memphis has to foul right away because there's 17 seconds left in this game, and OKC is winning by 1. There's your foul right away by O.J. Mayo.
Conley with 16 points, 5 assists,
They get the ball, and there's Lionel calling for a timeout, trying to get the timeout in that situation, and suddenly the hectic play takes place, and the foul takes place by Memphis.
And Mayo now fouls out. That is his 6th foul. So Mayo and Conley both foul out here in this first overtime session. The Thunder lead by 1. And Gravis Vasquez coming into the game. Westbrook is 7 of 8 from the free throw line and has 29 points, tied with Kevin Durant for the game scoring lead, along with Zach Randolph, who has 29.
84% during the regular season for Westbrook.
Grizzlies still with a full timeout and a 20. The Thunder have 2 20s. Neither team with a foul to give now. And Westbrook makes it a 3-point. Gravis Vasquez ties it at 109. Forced to play because of Conley and Mayo fouling out. Ties it up with 9.4 on the clock.
A little setback that time. It's not like he wasn't defended. That looks more like a throw than it does a shot. But whatever you want to call it, it went in for 3, and that's just what the Grizzlies needed.
Let's call it a shot put.
That's just what it looked like, believe me.
Gravis Vasquez with 9 points, playing 17 minutes tonight. The rookie.
29% three-point shooter during the regular season, 25 of 86, but none bigger than that one right there to tie the game back up again.
Meanwhile, the Thunder have a 20-second timeout left in a tie game, and plenty of time to set something up for what they hope would be the game winner. We're in the first overtime here at the FedEx Forum in Memphis with the 5th straight sellout crowd. Dick Stockton along with Mike Fratello and Marty Snyder on a critical day in which the blood's cresting at the Mississippi River. And here the Grizzlies trying to take a 3-1 lead, and the Thunder trying to even the series at 2 apiece. Westbrook, here's Durant, a long 3, short, overtime, number 2 coming up.
It ain't over.
You want to try and put pressure on the defense. If you have the opportunity and if you have enough time, you'll see that Durant catches the ball with just 3 seconds remaining instead of driving it to the basket.
Allen defending Westbrook. Now flashing out is Zach Randolph. 7 on the shot clock. Pass out. And here is Harden. Harden with a big field goal. A 3 for Harden. Ties it up at 117. His first 3 of the game.
A great pass that time by Westbrook. Caught behind the backboard. He happened to get it out through the traffic. Found Harden for the shot.
Under a minute to play. And 12 on the shot clock. Here in the second overtime. And they go to Zach Randolph. And tipped in by Gasol.
With the putback.
20 rebounds for Gasol. That's a career high for him at 26 points. Inside, and Perkins is fouled. Zach Randolph committing the foul, and it was not in the act of shooting, so the Thunder will take it out of bounds. And the foul to give, so neither team has a foul to give. Grizzlies had 1. Thunder just has a 20 left. Grizzlies a full and 2 20s. Huge possession for the Thunder here. Westbrook comes through. Russell Westbrook now with 38 points ties it up. And the Grizzlies will call the timeout with a little more than 30 seconds to go in the second OT.
No seam for Westbrook. He has to pull up. He faces up the defense. He's got Gasol on him. Can't go by him, so he steps back, gets a wide open look, hits the big one to tie it up.
30.8 seconds to go, and Russell Westbrook with 38 points only tells part of the story, Mike.
He has had a big bounce-back game. He's made some huge shots. He's attacked the rim. He's made his free throws. Big night in the maturing process, and probably part of that goes to the guy who was just talking to him, Maurice Cheeks, who spent a long time after practice yesterday, and Marty was over there at practice watching. Spent about a half hour after the practice just sitting with Westbrook and talking to him. He wasn't a bad point guard himself, Maurice Cheeks.
No, and was a champion with the 76ers. Westbrook with 9 points in the fourth, 2 in the first overtime, and 7 already in the second. Maurice Cheeks played with Julius Erving, Dr. J, when the 76ers were NBA champions, and had great battles with the Boston Celtics and LA Lakers in the 80s.
So if you are Collison right now, you're walking out there saying, all right, I've got my work cut out for me, because the ball's probably going inside to Randolph, and you've got to try and stop him from getting a field goal attempt or getting to the free throw line where he's 14 or 15.
Vasquez, and what a story he's been tonight, with 12 points, forced to play with O.J. Mayo and Mike Conley fouling out. Here is Randolph changing hands. The tip missed by Gasol. The reverse layup missed, and the fight for the loose ball. Gasol tries to save it. Collison makes a great play to intercept the saving pass, and the Thunder have it. Nick Collison may have made the play of the game if the Thunder can score and win this game.
Can't say enough great things about Collison. He's beaten there, doesn't give up on it. He changes the shot by going past it, and then the wild scramble underneath. Durant gets his arms on it, but Perkins rips it away. And there's 2 quick passes after this save. There's the first, Perkins the second.
And the Thunder have used their last timeout. Grizzlies still have a 20.
I know Holland's saying, you know what, this job is tough.
They didn't tell me I had to go to 2 overtimes in the playoffs after an overtime game. The one before. 6.3 seconds remain in the second overtime in a tie game.
You're obviously going to try and run this down to get a last shot. So they can either win it at the buzzer, get fouled at the buzzer, or it's going to go into another overtime. Key thing is here, how are they going to create that shot for either Westbrook, who goes off the dribble better than Durant does?
Daquan Cook and Eric Maynard check into the game.
Very key statistic there, no timeouts. You've got to get it in if you're the Thunder right now.
So Collison is out. He's their defensive specialist, and Westbrook is in there along with Durant. We need James Harden.
Can't move on the sideline on this inbounds pass, so it's a violation.
No timeouts left. Final seconds. Here's Westbrook with the jumper short, and we go to the third overtime. Third overtime coming up here at the FedEx Forum, all tied at 119.
Westbrook has a full head of steam as he comes up, and Tony Allen loses his footing right about there is where he slips. Clean look for Westbrook. He was off balance, leading
the Grizzlies at bay, still down by 4 with a minute and a half to go in the third overtime.
Key part of that was the pass out of the double team by Durant.
And Ibaka was free. And they respect Vasquez. You see Durant all over him, giving up his dribble. 10 on the shot clock. Gasol has it blocked by Durant. Durant with the block. His second of the game. 4-point lead and the ball for Oklahoma City. Nearly a minute to go in the third overtime. This is a marathon. This game. Durant. Big basket. And a timeout called by Lionel Hollins as the Thunder now leading by 6 with just under a minute remaining in the third overtime.
Spreading the floor, giving it to Durant one-on-one against Battier. He's able to turn the corner just enough to get a look at the front of the rim and watch his length take over right there over the top. Game.
They don't get a chance to sit down. Crucial possessions for the Grizzlies the rest of the way. Down by 6. And losing the ball was Randolph. And Durant has it. And right now you can feel it slipping away for Memphis. Durant controlling on the outside.
There's no rush here. You want to use up as much clock as you possibly can.
And Durant hitting the basket, and that may be the dagger. Timeout called. He had 21 points, 21 rebounds.
Right here. You're going to hear from the Grizzlies on this triple overtime loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder when we come back.